the next product without you. And it's because it is so cold in these studios. You hear us talking about it all the time. And Bill Duggan, who's joining us for our next item, it's called the Hot Headz Vehicle Seat Cushion. Yes, it's a cushion. It's got heat, it's got cool, it's got massage, it's got comfort, all built in. He said, are you cold? Have a seat. And I sat down and I said, oh, now I don't want to get up. You're not going to want to either. You've got a holiday price here of $49.95, remote control, easy to use. Bill, you gotta come join me.
You going my way?
Yes.
That's just it. This is a great upgrade for any car because, you know, not every car has the heated seats.
Right.
Not every car has cooling seats, which is great, but also, does your car have massaging in the seats? You add this to any car, and you know what? This is the type of gift that people don't buy for themselves because they're like, no, I have everything I need. But when you give it to them, and they can easily just install this into any car because it fits any universal bucket seat, which is great. You have this beautiful lumbar support right back here. Actually, when I put this in my car, I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, did I rearrange this seat? Did I adjust the seat? No, but the lumbar support had me sitting up straighter. So I was actually sitting higher in the car. I had to actually reline my mirrors. But also, what's in here? There's a heating element and a massaging element, which how do you control? We'll show you that right on the remote control. So right there, you're gonna get that nice vibration to wake you up a little bit, to get those sore muscles taken care of. And also, there's a heating element right down in here. So your thighs are gonna be nice and warm when you have those stockings on or those shorts. But you know what's also quite amazing is look down here. There's a fan built in. And you're like, what's the fan for? This is not just cold weather. This is for all weather, which is great. So this fan right here will actually take in cooler air from the car because you might be running your AC and everything. And it starts to run cool air through the mat, up through your back. Have you ever gotten out of the car on the way to that wedding in the summertime and you have that back sweat on your dress shirt? Cool yourself down because it'll run that cool air all throughout your seat. So whether you're older, younger, older car, it's gonna be a more comfortable experience.
It is, and it is instant. It's not gonna take you all day. It's not gonna take you to your reaching your destination to decide if you like it. The minute I sat down in this, I said, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to get up. That lumbar support, the fact that it's cushioned, I've got the heat, so I'm nice and warm. This is everything. We wanted to include it in this show of great gifts because it is, just like Bill said, one of those kind of things that we don't probably normally think about buying for ourselves, but once you have it, you don't want to sit in any other seat. So not just the driver's seat, but also the passenger seat as well. Use FlexPay and get a couple of them.
And I just want to show you this quick example. So right here, we're on the side of it, which you see, it's around 68 degrees. I'm going to come into the middle where that heating element is, and look how it's nice, warm. Did you see that was 87 degrees? How nice and toasty is that going to be? And you know what's great about this? You're getting the exposure from all sides, because a lot of our cars just have, you know, they have the AC and the heat, but that's hitting us right from the front. What about our backs? What about everything? Our other part of our body. You put this down, it makes the seat more comfortable. I do love that lumbar support because it has you sitting up a little straighter, and I have that nice heating element. I can feel it going on my thighs, which is just great because it's that nice little warm hug. And this is why when you give it to someone, and you know, they're having their rough morning, they got the kids finally out, and they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, wait a second, let's turn on that heated seat while they're sitting in traffic and waiting. Or better yet, with this remote controls, you can see it's so simple to use. If it's all weather, you can just have the heat on. If it's cold, if it's warm outside, you can turn on that fan, which I'll turn on my fan on low. Where's my fan? Right over here. Turn on, actually, wait a second. Can you hear that on my microphone?
Yeah.
That's the vibe. I just turned on the massage, which is great. But also, I have the option to turn on that fan. What's that fan do? Oh. Oh, yeah. I can feel that. Here, I'm going to turn your fan on. Okay. Because you're going to feel it. It feels great. And the thing is, can you feel that little breeze?
Yes.
Whew. Wakes you up a little bit. And the thing is, that's what is great. It's not just for the winter. It's not just for summer. It's all winter. It's all year round. And actually, this is from Hot Headz, a company that's been here at HSN for over 10 years. And what have they always brought us? They brought us a way to keep us warm, to keep our heads warm. Now they're bringing us a way to keep our tushies warm, which is great, and comfortable, and awake.
And you know what you mentioned too, when you get into the car, you know, if you live in a cold, you know, climate and you have those leather seats, and you paid extra for the leather seats because it was a nice upgrade, but when you get into cold leather seats, it seems like it takes you all the way to finally you've warmed them up by the time you get to where you're just about to get out of the car, and then when you get back in, you got to warm them up again. And how do you warm them up? With the heat from your body, which means you're sitting in cold. Or you turn this on, you're sitting on cushion, you're sitting in comfort, and you're sitting in this time of year in warmth.
Right.
And for some people, it's not just about the warm feels good, it's kind of necessary for your body. When your body's cold, it just doesn't really work right.
And actually, what's really great about it, it gives you options, because, you know, we all run at different temperatures. Maybe I want the AC on because I'm running hot, or I'm really cold, but the passenger doesn't want it. Or vice versa. You don't want to heat the entire car, but my mom in the seat next to me, she's freezing. So I'm like, Mom, let's turn on the heated seat. Because you know what? I'm trying to think, between my mom's cars, my sister's cars, maybe one of them has that heated seat element because, you know, it came with it or it was affordable. This makes it an affordable upgrade. And remember, it's winter time. You're gonna have the coziness of that nice, warm, heated seat, that extra lumbar support, so you're gonna find yourself sitting up taller. Because literally, I got in the car, I'm short, and my head was almost hitting the top of the car, and I had to realign my mirrors, and I was like, I didn't change the seat when I installed this.
All you did
But my posture changed, which was awesome.
Because of that support that the seat helps to give
And remember, that lumbar, it's not just a pillow. This pillow has heat built into it. It also has the breeze comes up through this lumbar support back here. And this is also where you get that nice massaging vibration. So you have all these different aspects in terms of how you're gonna upgrade that car experience for the driver, for the passenger if you want. And truly, this is that type of thing where it's like, you know what, I don't need it, I have everything. And when you give it to your mom, your sister, or whomever, and maybe you install it in their car for them, and they sit down and they're like, wait a second, and they start playing around with the remote control and like, I have massage?
I know.
And you know, it's that little thing as you're waiting for the kids to come out of school, or just a little bit of heat, it makes that time in the car more enjoyable.
You know what, you said it, and I was just gonna say, for the person who you're not really sure what to give them, you feel like they have everything, but you do want to give them something that says that you really are thinking about them. You want a thoughtful gift, but you also want something practical. Some people, around this time of year, you like to give the luxury, lavish gifts, and that's great. But for some of us, myself included, if I'm going to spend my money, I want it to be, I want to know that it's going to be useful, and I want to know that they're going to use it and not just stick it in a drawer. So Bill made a great point. Give them the empty box under the tree, but go ahead and install this in their car. And when I say install, it's so easy. Just put it over the seat and then hook it on the bottom. Really simple. And when they sit in it every single day, it is going to be that reminder of, oh, wow. Not only did I get a great gift, not only did this person really know and understand me, they really thought about what would make me feel better, even if it's just a trip to the grocery store.
And it is a simple installation. I wanted to point that out. It's really just, hook and loop, elastic. You just stretch it over the top of that bucket seat. You have 6 different places where you attach it, so it's always going to stay nice and snug and in place.
It's not going to slide down.
Exactly. It was funny because our prop guys were like, oh, we got to get the sample. We got to make sure it's going to fit. I'm like, it's universal. It's going to fit, which is great. But remember, it's giving us that nice warmth heat. It's giving us that heat all the way up, not just in our tush, but in our back. It's giving us massage up here in that lumbar support pillow. So you're covered for winter. You're covered for that long drive. I mean, do you have people coming to your house for the holidays and doing the hike and the drive? When they go home with this, they're gonna love it.
Oh, they will.
And then when summertime comes around, you have that remote control to switch from heat to cool and/or massage, which is great. It's all right there. And then they have this fan right down here on the bottom. What this fan does, it takes the cool cabin air from your car and then pushes it through the seat. Pushes it through the cushion. So, I mean, it does happen. We turn on the AC because we get the vapors. We're like, oh, it's sweating. You're like, don't want sweat on your clothes. But what about your backside? Your backside is sitting in this leather seat and the cloth seat, and now you have back sweat. If you have this, you're gonna notice this fan takes in the cold air and then pumps all this cool air throughout the entire seat cushion. So not just even your fanny and your legs, but your backside, which is great. And you're gonna feel the difference. I think, did I turn it off? But I just want you to try this and notice again. Because right here, outside, it's about 70 degrees out here. I probably warmed it up with my own little tush. But we go into the inside, and now we're in the high 80s. High 80s of nice comfort. It's not too hot, but it's that nice warmth comfort. Poor Tamara, she was sitting over between the set. She was sitting over there on the couch, and she's like, getting like this. I'm like, are you cold? It's like, yes. I'm like, go sit on the prop. A product even, not even a prop. And the thing is, she sat down and was like, ooh. And that little bit of warmth goes a long way. It takes the chill off
all the way up.
It's like a sip of coffee. You're like, oh.
That's exactly
I'm
what
human
it is.
again.
You know how they say, you stand by the fire, you hold your coffee cup, and it kind of warms your bones? That's what this feels like. Unlike if you've got air blowing in your face, where you're still doing this and you still have half your body is cold, this gives you that warmth almost from within because of where it's coming from. And because it's warming your body, you're gonna be more comfortable. And like I say, if this is something that you're gonna pick up for that person who has everything shopping, or the person who's hard to shop for. You know, they're always very skeptical. Do you have any skeptical people on your list where they're thinking, I'm not sure I want that. Oh, I don't know if that's going to work. Really?
Yeah. And he's not a car salesman, but he's always out on the road selling.
Yes.
Be perfect for him.
Yeah, the person who is hard to shop for, but you got to get them something. And you want to get them something that you know is going to benefit them. This is 3 flex payments of $16.65. Best money you'll spend. And when I sit here, it reminds me of like when you go to the spa and you've got the heated seats. When you go to get your pedicure and you sit in that massage chair. And it just makes the experience so much better, and they charge you more for it.
I don't know if you guys can hear that in my microphone, but I'm vibrating throughout, which is great.
Yeah.
Did you notice I turned on your fan on yours?
Yeah.
Could you feel that difference?
Yes.
It gives you that nice, cool little rush. It's like, you know those bubble gum that you would chew every once in a while and you bite into it and like, whoo, really wake you up?
Yeah.
It's kind of what that cool sensation's like, which is great when you're running a little hot and you're waiting for the kids in the car. Because, you know, actually it's funny because my car's not that old, but there's times, you know, the car sits outside and you're like, where is the AC? Come on, hurry up, AC.
Right.
Because, you know, I gotta get going. But this starts up right away. Because remember, it takes that fan and pulls in that cool air, pushes it all throughout the backside of your body, which is great. Then you have that massage element, which high or low, so it's customizable. You just want a little bit of tickling on your back. You can have that nice little low. It kind of just wakes yourself up. Bring it on if you're really sore in that back.
And that's important too. If you're on a long car ride, instead of having to constantly stop and pull over and stretch, turn on your massage.
Actually, it's funny. So I used to do the drive from LA to San Francisco all the time. And I was always like,
what, 5 hours?
Yes, and I'd be stretching just because it was that lower back where you'd be sitting on your tailbone the whole time. And the thing is, because I have this lumbar pillow back here, I'm sitting up straighter. So my back's gonna be okay. But then this lumbar pillow has the heat, has that vibration in terms of the massage. So I'm covered for that long winter road trip. But you're also covered for that long winter, long summer road trip. Because that cool air is gonna push all the way through this cushion, keeping you cool.
That's
It's simple installation. It is an amazing gift. When you give it to someone, they're gonna be like, really? This is in the car? Like, did you go buy them a new car or upgrade that whole element? Nope. You just gave them this. It wraps up simple. Actually, it stores simple too. So maybe you wanna remove it from the seat or take it from car to car. Really something small and simple to keep in the garage. But you're gonna want this every day, waiting for the kids.
And you know what? And it looks nice on the seats too. It's not something that looks like, you know, therapeutic or anything like that. It just feels that way, but it looks nice and sleek.
You bring up a great point. I remember my first car. I bought car seat covers because the car seats were. And you know what? This is a nice upgrade. I wish I had these.
Kind of torn and kind of, you know, you don't want to sit on that spot.
It was a 1974 Volvo.
Oh my gosh!
I know, it was an oldie but hey, it worked. It was affordable. And the thing is, it's little things like this that upgrade those older cars. They still work, whether it's the kid's car, you know, you want them to have a little comfort. This goes a long way.
It does. It really does. And now is your time to do it. This is brand new, okay? Brand new. So you were the first ones to see it. We wanted to bring it in this show of gifts called Great Gifts, because at this point right now, with 15 shopping days left until Christmas, Bill just got a little fright, a little scare. You've probably been out in the stores and you've been watching TV and you've been shopping online and you've seen what's out there and you're still saying, I still don't know what to get him. Maybe it's your father-in-law, I still don't know what to get him. I've already bought him a tie, shirt, socks, house shoes, robe for all the last few years. What are you gonna get him now? There are those, and that's what I call hard to shop for people. Not necessarily if they're picky, but just because, you know, what do you get them? And you want it to be good and you want it to be thoughtful. These are the kinds of things that really fit the bill here. And I like that it's not complicated because there are those stores that you go in, there are those like innovative stores and they've got all the, you know, newfangled stuff and you're thinking, I'm never gonna figure that out.
And the thing is, I spent, like, I'm trying to figure out and figure it. I'm like, it was very thoughtful, but I'm like, what do
I use it?
And the thing is, anyone who sits in a car, anyone who's driven to and from or picks up the kids, they'll appreciate this.
Yes, they will. Go ahead and pick yours up too. Get one for yourself. You've got them on 3 flex payments of $16.65. They fit in any car, SUV, minivan. Only show?
Only show of the day. We just launched it right now.
And I guess I have to get up. I don't want to because it's
really
so warm. But it's not.